And here we go. Where are we? We're back south of Nashville. This is Brett for Middle Tennessee Music with episode 91 of Tenn Listens Live. One of these days I'll do the math and figure out how many songs we've reviewed live on the air now. And we've got a pretty neat thing going on tonight. A panel of 5 tonight. Some of the folks you know, most of them you know, I think. And actually, one of the fellows that sent us some music to review is going to join us. So we've got actually 6 here, and we're, of course, going to kick him out on his song because he didn't get to review his own song. And we'll do some introductions real quick, just like we always do, and I'll show you everybody in the box. Let's start over on what appears to be my right side up in Iowa, where they grow those fancy potatoes, with Brian the Duckman Dotson. You'd have to know the joke, I guess. It's getting old to him. Brian, say hi. Let folks know what you do.
Hey, hi, everybody. Glad to be here again, Brett, as always. I am a front of house live sound engineer for a mega church up here in Iowa, and I've been doing some recording for a lot of local artists around here.
Very groovy. On the left side of me, back for his second show with us. He likes us to call him Sar, so I'm going to call him Sar. Engineer, producer up in Nashville, and I had a great time with you last week, Sar. I'm glad you're back. You want to say hi and let folks know what kind of things you're into down here in the South?
Yeah, mostly recording engineering, mix engineering, a little bit of production for hip hop, R&B, pop, gospel.
Good roundup of stuff. And I'm going to drop down and come across the bottom side of the screen and start over in Memphis with Aaron Young, who has Hangout Records, supporting independent music all over Google+. Aaron, man, Hangout Records sponsoring the show all this time. And still, I think you've only missed one episode of Tenn Listens Live. I'm so glad you're here.
I know. I'm waiting for my certificate of appreciation for not missing a show.
How about, I'm going to buy you, where's your favorite barbecue down there in Memphis?
It's going to have to be the barbecue shop.
All right, let me write that down, and we'll get you a gift certificate for the barbecue shop out here in just a couple of days.
But anyway, yeah, my name's Aaron, and I'm in Memphis, and I'm born and raised here. And right now I'm looking for a job, but when I'm not looking for a job right now, I've been promoting indie artists on social media, specifically Google+, and some on Twitter and some on Facebook. And also like to do open mic night hangouts, Google+, and also, feature different artists. So we have a good time doing that.
Yes, we do. On the other side of the country, out there in sunny California, he looks like he's back home. James Almus, how are you, sir?
I'm doing good, Brett. How are you?
We're having a blast tonight.
Yes, seems like it's been fun. It's been fun hanging with you these past couple of times, and I appreciate you having me on.
Man, we're just glad you're here. We appreciate your input a lot, and definitely want to remind people to get over to Second Life and visit you for Acoustic Energy Nightly.
Right.
Did I remember it correctly?
That's it. You did.
Oh man, I'm getting better all the time. I got a memory like one of those big gray animals with a long face.
Elephant?
Yeah. And he got out of Chicago. I'm not sure where he is at the moment, but has sent us a song to review tonight. Going to sit in on the panel and review a couple with us. Lord Rain, how are you, sir?
I'm great. I'm chilling. Glad to be here to check y'all out, and to sit and listen to y'all, go in on the tracks.
I think we're going to have fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm glad you could make it. All right, groovy. So I think everybody's got their first pages loaded for our song players, right?
Yes.
Yes, good deal. Yeah, first one up tonight has disappeared on me. See those lights flickering? If the power goes out, I'll hang around and I'll be back just as soon as it resets itself. Of course, it's a Isogeddon or whatever you want to call it down here.
Yes, we're getting hit too.
It's pretty fun, though. Beautiful outside. First up, we have Ships Have Sailed with their song If Only. They are an alternative pop rock trio hailing from Los Angeles, and they debuted their first EP Sunday in 2014, which gained heavy airplay on college radio, NPR, commercial radio in the U.S. and Canada, and it garnered praise from a lot of blogs and publications. Ryan Merkel over at the Levity Ball says it's an astonishingly complete piece of work filled with the emotional nuances of our late adolescence filtered through the whimsical songwriting of huge MD pop. And we've had the pleasure of having a Ships Have Sailed song on here before, and we were pretty pleased. Let's see what they've got here with If Only, if y'all want to hit play. I like that tambourine.
There's an old man on your side of the bed. Was it something I did, something I said? Was I using my heart in spite of my head? Ooh, ooh, ooh. The shades are down to keep out the sun. I'm playing the songs that we used to love. I fit my life in a paper cup. Got an empty glass, wanna fill it up with you. But the world's passing by and I'm stuck inside, and I just want the chance to change your mind. If only I could feel your heartbeat close to mine. If only I could touch your body.
This is really, really nice.
One more time, spending all the night with you.
Yeah, it's got a really good balance to it. I mean,
If only
this
I
is
could
dead
make
on.
you take back your goodbye.
Didn't we have an argument about oohs and ahs a couple weeks ago?
Yes, we did.
I couldn't believe he was holding your hand. I turned away because I gotta pretend
Love
that I
'em.
might just win you back again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. But the world's passing by and I'm stuck inside, and I just want the chance to change your mind. If only I could feel your heartbeat close to mine. If only I could touch your body.
Really nice echo there in the little stop.
Spending all the night with you. If only I could make you take back your goodbye.
Yeah, I got an affinity for tube amps and single coil pickups.
World's passing by and I'm stuck inside.
Hearing a lot of Maroon 5 in this.
Change your mind. If only
Anybody
I could
else feel
feel
that?
your heartbeat.
Don't know them well enough to make a comparison.
If only I could touch your body one more time. Spending all the night with you. If only I could make you take back your goodbye. If only I could feel your heartbeat close to mine. If only I could touch your body one more time. Spending all the night with you. If only I could make you take back your goodbye. If only I could make you take back your goodbye.
All right.
All right, everybody speak at once.
I thought it was a great song.
Yeah, I can't find any way to pick on it.
Well, I can.
All right.
It's a great song. It's obviously, a pop song, and he says that in the its description and everything, and you can hear it. Obviously, it's a great pop song. It keeps you humming. It keeps your feet tapping, and it's energetic. It's lively. I would go straight to jamming it at a red light. Just because it's that type of a song, and I like that. It's a type of song that I would probably right too. The only thing my pluses about it, and we all know what a plus equals, is just to be politically kind. I'm a sucker for bridges. I like a good breakdown, especially in pop songs when it's, the same thing repetitious over and over and over, verse, verse, chorus, and then fade out 100,000 times singing out the chorus or something like that. That's fine, but I like to see a mix up in the song, a little change. And the other thing that I noticed is it was just consistently the same the entire length of the song, like bar for bar, measure for measure. There was nothing that I really noticed the first time through listening to it that was uniquely added that supports the song. Like slowly bringing in a guitar, slowly bringing in, these types of instruments. It was just kind of what you heard at the beginning is almost what you heard right near close to the end. But that's my deal. Someone's trying to get into my studio, but yeah.
Maybe they need to record something.
Maybe.
I was typing the, I forgot that we didn't tell Lord Rain our list of ratings. I was trying to type them in the chat. I got to the last one when you finished.
Copied and pasted it for you right there.
Thank you, sir, man. I didn't see that. All right. So
Missing one, right?
there are, I see 5 there, and he's got them in the opposite order of what I had.
Right.
But that's okay. And so everybody knows our rating system. James rated this one. He's jamming it at the red light, and that's the highest rating we'll give a song. And you can imagine what all goes with it, with the license plate rattling and neighbors being mad and that kind of thing. And we're still turning it up. Just below that, you might get caught dancing with a song. Maybe you're jamming it at home, and somebody walks in while you got the broom in your hands and having too much fun with it, and not 50 Shades of fun. Just caught dancing. And we might stash one on the tablet. Personal listening. Maybe that's late at night, or you plug it in and listen to yourself, or it's on a CD, or does anybody have a CD anymore? MP3 player for their car or whatnot. And then you might have one that's you're going to listen to so seldom that you would say it's only on chick flick night, or somebody makes you listen to it. And the lowest rating we might ever give a song, that's one maybe that we turned off in the first 3 bars or something like that, and decided we had already heard enough, is we're not even going to let the dog download it out of fear for his safety. And so that's the way those work. James almost says he's jamming that one at the red light, and I've almost got to go with you, James, on that one, but I'm going to get caught dancing to it. I noticed the same thing you did with the lack of dynamics, but kudos on the cool single coil 2-band guitar solo, because I'm just a sucker for that. And my only other complaint was in the little ooh thing in the middle, and in the answer of the verse. It seemed that that one bit that he used, where there's a long phrase of it, seemed like it was almost a copy paste job, and it almost seemed like it was the note was cracked. Maybe that was an auto tune synth thing going on, or something that we didn't hear coming clearly.
I kept getting distracted by that too.
Most of the oohs and ahs were great, but just that one kind of phrase, and it caught my ear each time. Of course, now I'm sitting here listening for things that might be wrong with it too. So, but yeah, the intro dynamics are great. The drums are great. The mix is solid all the way through. But then we get to the second half of the song, and it loses all dynamic content, and that's the only thing that lost me on it. But wow, that's a fun song. I could hear reminded me of Fun, the band Fun that was popular a few years ago, and I could hear these guys showing up on the side stages at the festivals, and I liked the last song they sent us. I like this song a lot too, so hopefully they'll send us another one as far as I'm concerned. What do you got, Aaron?
Well, I was listening to it, and I think it, like James said, it definitely has the pop feel. It's right up Adam Levine's alley, so it kind of leans more towards like a Maroon 5 track. It would get heavy radio play on the commercial outlets.
Definitely.
I think. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and jam it at the red light. But unfortunately, commercial stations will wear these songs out. And in month or two, this might be put back on chick flick night.
Yeah. Let's go to Nashville.
All right. I think it was a really fun song. I agree. I think it's probably, I'd say, the most radio friendly song I've heard since I've been doing this. Being a hip hop guy, I would have liked to hear a little bit more of the low end, a little bit more of the drums. But with that said, I really like the ambience that was put on the kick and the clap, that snare there. That was really cool. And I really like the vocal effect that was on there. It did by the end of the song, I was kind of tired of it. Where I guess I started to feel like it was too much, where, the first half of the song, I was like, this is cool, this is different. Kind of sounded like either speakerphone or McDSP fuzz box on there. This is really, I've never heard a vocal like that. So that was really cool to me, but I would have liked to maybe have heard it maybe transition between that effect and the actual vocal, the dry vocal, just to switch it up some. But I'm gonna have to say I jammed it at the red light. I really liked it.
And you reminded me when talking about the vocal that I really liked the hook. If only I could make you take back your goodbye. That is a really cool way to say that. So, I mean, there's a lot going on there, and let's see what Lord Rain thinks about it.
I used to just pick back at that real quick. Yeah, with that hook also, and that may be why they went with that kind of telephone effect.
Yeah, I think so, almost. Because they talked about calling her.
So that's something. With that being said, I can understand it being through the whole song, but I guess by the end of the song, I did start to get tired of the effect. And before I forget, I also really liked the kind of the toms roll that came in towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was a nice touch too.
Yeah, and the little echo, and that last real big dynamic change right there in the middle of the song.
Mm-hmm.
That echo in the blank spot, perfect.
Maybe nice to maybe have like a phone hanging up or something. I guess maybe to kind of give it the feel that the whole song was an actual message.
Mm-hmm.
That might have been cool.
That might have been cool. Maybe what they were going for. Yeah, I'm liking it more as we talk about it. What do you think, Lord Rain?
Good song. I mean, catchy, definitely catchy. But I think I would get caught dancing. I get caught dancing, definitely. It's one of those ones that I feel like you almost first hear it and you're like, kind of reminds me of something else, and then it goes, okay. Then it gets your attention to the point where you're jamming and singing it at the same time, not even unconsciously. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it.
Really good way to put it.
So, yeah, I'm feeling it.
Groovy. And we didn't hear yet from Brian Dawson.
Well, I'm gonna have to jam it at the red light. I'm going with James on this. I'm sorry. I love the tune. It was catchy. It's a pop tune. It's gonna get, like Aaron pointed out, the commercial stations get a hold of this. They're gonna wear it out in 2 months. But right now, it's right in the college radio stations that eat it up too.
They're gonna love it.
They're gonna love it. And obviously the band's already had immense success on college stations. So I'm thinking this is going to be another big one for them. And I jam it at the red light just for the drums alone. The drums were recorded so well.
Yeah.
They're going to sound awesome.
I really like that big intro. That is.
Yeah, I'd jam it at the red light.
Well, there you have it then. Kind of a split panel, but split right there at the top of the chain, and that's good stuff. From Ships Have Sailed, the song is Someday. Find them on SoundCloud or at shipshavesailed.com. That's the one I suggest because that'll have their store where you can buy the records from them, and I encourage everybody to check that out. Thanks for sending it over, guys. Do send us some more music. We're going to pause for a moment and hear a little commercial message from our sponsors, Hangout Records and My Music Hangout. This segment of Mid-10 Listens Live is brought to you by My Music Hangout, MMH Rocks, proud to bring live music to Google Plus, live streaming concerts by independent musicians, and by Hangout Records, hosting live open mic shows via Hangouts on air and connecting fans with the musicians of Google Plus. And we're back for song number 2 of Mid-10 Listens, episode 91. Millennium Media Label sent over a song by Maas, his song Club Heaven. DailyChiefers.com says this is one of their personal favorites, and it's been added to their website. Homie Maas, although he's very young, has quite the talent load, utilizing a new style of what he likes to call Millennium music. Maas grabs amazing vocalist Melissa Hollick for his brand new C.S.O.T.B produced joint. His forthcoming EP will be released March 10th. And we've got Club Heaven from Maas. If you guys have got it loaded and ready to go, let's do the thing. The play button's on the site.
Regardless, I'm the hardest.
That's not what I expected to hear in the intro.
Yeah.
Strong, straight up out of Eden's garden. Now we eating with some bitches in their boyfriend steady garden. Plus my flow so fire that they charge my ass for arson. Whoa, faded as fucking, they know it. Party go up when I go in. Packing a bowl and I smoke it. Let it all out, girl, just show it. And that stamina and that champagne, that other shit don't mean a damn thing. Mix codeine with some Bruce Wayne. Match Lois Lane, then took a plane. That is that shit from Cali. Got bad women around me. Take shots, but ain't no alley so much. It's like I'm drowning. And girl, make my...
He's got a good flow.
Please bring up your friends. Got money that I can spend, so we all good on this end. Probably like the realest shit that's going through your playlist. I can kill a track, I ain't even gotta say shit. Got my whole team and we all make for greatness. I don't give a fuck about any of them.
That's interesting gating.
Bitches in the cup with me. Roll it on up, gon' let it set you free. Chillin' in the cut if you smoking with me. Chillin' in the cut if you rollin' with me. I can take you to the
Gotta admit, the female vocalist is awesome.
That is really sweet, yeah.
Yeah.
Woke up on a dream, yeah. Zip lean, yeah. Chillin' with my team, yeah. And we got a bunch of green, I'm a fiend, yeah. Tell them what happened, yeah. Went to the party, them people was acting. Goddamn, it's lavish. Chief on that strong, go up like Catholic. Yeah. You ain't met a real nigga, you ain't met me. Swear on my soul, I promise I'm grinding. Who the fuck knows where them hoes might be? And I go off like a damn automatic. And my future clear, so that shit bound to happen. Follow my dreams, cause you know I gotta have it. Everything cool, man, it's looking like it's heaven. And she gon' be the one to tell her friend. Hey, lose your man, cancel all your plans. All my fans that came to this party, they sip on Bacardi, and no one can stop me. Millennium. Hey, shout out to my whole team. My mic's falling over, but fuck it. Just chilling in the building.
Definitely know he's from Memphis. Talking about sipping codeine, multiple flower references. You know, it goes back, way back to Memphis rap. Yeah, I really like this female vocalist in here. I think that really saves the track for me.
It does for me too, especially here at, I can't read where it is. I'm looking at 3:30 now. We got another minute left. So the length of the track, I think it could have been trimmed down a lot.
Yeah, I would agree with that. No questions asked there.
I like the choice of the vibes. They get a little monotonous.
Yeah, the vibes never go away.
No, they don't.
Just in that one spot where he did that cool little gating thing that was way the frack off, and that's what made it really cool for me.
Yeah.
I got a few bitches about this one, so I'm just gonna come right out with it. Man, there's a lot in here that I like. I love the sound of the vibes. I love the echo on it. There's really good stuff. The guy's got a really good flow. His voice is easy to listen to, and the female vocalist is, I mean, she's sweet. But I don't need to hear "fuck, nigger, bitch" this every word.
No.
It drives me crazy, to tell the truth. I mean, it's cool to talk about partying and all of that, particularly in that millennial kind of age bracket that he's in right now. I know that's really the thing, and he's done a good job of telling that party story. So there's my complaints. It's a little monotonous, and I want to clean up the language and make it more real so that almost anybody can enjoy it. That said, I'm sorry, you catch me at the wrong time of day and I'm going to jam at the red light. And then there's going to be another time when I'm going to tell the dog to turn it off. And,
That's a bit extreme.
Yeah.
Dang. Make a decision, Brett.
well, it's like I say. I mean, you catch me in, put a few drinks of Bacardi in me and send me down the road. I'm probably going to crank it up.
There you go. Yeah.
And catch me in that mood when I've heard enough of the hard cussing through the songs, and I'm going to turn it off based on that.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
That's where I'm at on it. Guys got a lot of good stuff going on there.
And even though he's from Memphis, you know, he does have he needs to clean up his language, like you said. I mean, there's just so many hip hop artists that are producing the same music and then using the same terms and the same, you know, just going over the same culture things that, you know, they party and all that stuff. There's just so many people doing that. So,
Right, and you know, the fact that he's got such a really different beat and an instrumental set on it, that almost ruins that really different beat and instrumental set on it.
Yeah, it's, you know, I'm gonna give it a oh gosh, it's gonna be stashed on the tablet maybe, and maybe like you said, once I have enough, I'm gonna turn it off before the dog does.
Who's next there?
I thought right off the bat, you know, generally speaking, it was a good song. You know, generally speaking, it was, the melody was there, and you can listen to it, and it's a song for me that if it was playing on in the background, I would just be humming along and not listening to the lyrics, but I'd just be, you know, hearing the melody of it and da 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 da. It's not a song that moves me and brings me, you know, revelation to anything, you know, of myself or outside of my skin. But overall, you know, generally it was a neat song. But I think the vocals need to be a lot more. I wanted the vocals to be a lot more in my face. They seemed very thin, and I think if they were more upfront, it would have given the song a little bit more dynamic. And then there were some transitions in there that almost seemed like little hiccups or something. It just didn't transition well. I have to re-listen to it to recall where it is. The female vocals were beautiful. Gosh, I almost want to say they're a little flat though. I don't know if any of you guys else heard that, but
I hear that in a whole lot of independent hip hop tracks.
yeah, it just seemed a little flat.
And you know, I've even got some work on a track that a friend of mine put out, and he had to put a couple Bacardis in his wife and to get her to sing, and it's just a little flat. And I've never bitched about it because it's fun and it's what the song calls for, but it's just a little flat.
Just a little flat, yeah. And I'm being hypercritical because that's what I expect. I would think the artist wants me to do. You know, I'm gonna push it all the way to the edge. And you know, if I was just kicking back listening to the song, it'd be fine. But I'm gonna be really hypercritical. It's just my ears. It seems like he just sang over the top of the instruments. You know, there was no real fluctuation to the song at all. There were the little, drum taps and stuff here and there, but he basically built a track and then sang over the top of it. A little bit too long for radio. I'm not a big fan of real long, faded out endings, and radio isn't either. And I wouldn't think, maybe you guys know more than me, but
I would agree with you, but it's set up in such a way that radio or the club DJ could do the chop and the fade
absolutely
seamlessly at a lot of points in that song.
Absolutely.
And I'm kind of with you. If it was on the club, it was on the beach or whatnot, somebody's just playing it, we're having a good time, I would probably ignore the language, jam with it, hum it in the back of my head, have a great time. And that's where I came down with my split rating. Yeah,
I can kind of see that even as I walked myself through the song. But I know, I think it's a great song. I'm just being hypercritical. I mean, that's, the feedback that I give. So
we are.
And where would I do with it? I don't know. I might stash it on my tablet. I would like to hear it fixed up. I mean, there's. I
want to hear a remix.
Yeah, I want to hear a remix or something. Yeah. I guess stash it on my tablet for right now.
How about let's hear from Lord Rain. See what he thinks.
Had to unmute. I'll say it was fun. It's a fun song. You know what I mean? I would say, like you said, if you jamming in I'll say a club or something, then I'll be good. I wouldn't even pay attention to all the extra blah, 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 I'm a big dude on lyrics too, so I listen to a lot of lyrics, and I like a lot of creativeness. Not my taste, but I'll bang it in the club. I'll stash it on my laptop, iPod, whatever.
Right on. 2 stashed on the tablet and 2 split. And Duckman.
Well, when the song first started, I immediately looked at the title again, and I got the picture of what he was trying to paint, the club heaven. Because it was open, it was airy, it was live, But then, like you said, Brett, and James said also that, and Aaron, y'all agreed, the language just kind of like shattered that image once he started. And if it was cleaned up, I think it would have maintained the image that I had, at least when I first heard the track. The female vocals were awesome. The gating you mentioned in the middle of the track was really cool. And I'm stuck like you are. I would jam this at the red light, and yet you're going to catch me at the right time, or man, I'm going to hit the power switch before the dog does. I'm going both ways. Like everybody said, if we were sitting at a party somewhere or something and it's playing in the background, I'm cool with it. But I mean, there's going to be that point in the day where it's going to be like, man, this is not it. This is not what I want to hear. So yeah, I'm split on it, but I think the track is well done. And I agree, James, the vocals need to go more up front. They need to be a lot more present. I think it would have changed. I agree with you 100%. It would have changed the total dynamics of that track.
And Czar.
All right. Well, I'll start off saying that for him to be from Memphis, he does have a different flow than what I'm used to hearing from Memphis rappers. I don't know if I mentioned I'm from Memphis, so that's a little surprising. He's got a good flow. The clarity of the vocal was good. I I don't know if anyone else felt this, but I didn't understand what the hook was saying. She sounded good to me. I just didn't understand what she was saying. And I felt that the hook, her part in the hook had came down when the hook came in. I do feel that the lead vocal could have been up more and in your face, and the hook even more. I mean, I think the hook could use a good.
Her enunciation was lost in the treatment.
Yeah, I mean, I think the hook could use a good, maybe even 6 dB of just gain. I just felt that when the hook came in, it just came down to me. Where, at least the way that I mix hip hop, I don't let that happen. I mean, if anything, I want the hook to bring you up here when the hook comes in.
Yeah, I feel like the hook should be strong, and it should be strong in such a way that even once it's up to that in your face kind of point, you're almost tempted to just brag about it and push it up another two.
Hmm.
You know, and I'd like to hear her vocal brought in there with some more of the dry track. There's plenty of the wet track in there, and it's spread. I'd like to hear some dry track brought right up my middle, so I can actually, like you say, hear exactly what she's saying, because its sound is beautiful.
Yeah, the sound is beautiful.
But I don't know what she said.
But I'm gonna maybe throw a side opinion here while we're talking about the hook. Maybe they were going for the airy, angelic type of voice to tie back into the title of the track or the club.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna give them the art.
Yeah, we'll give them the art part.
Yeah, definitely.
I was definitely impressed with just the clarity of the vocal. It was a good flow. It wasn't a unique flow to me, or his voice wasn't one I feel I could pick out if I heard other rappers today. But he definitely wrote the beat very well, and I was impressed with that. I would, more than anything, I'd like to hear the hook come up and be more in your face, as well as the vocal could come up a little too. But most definitely the hook.
For sure. So where are you going to rate that one?
I stashed it on the tablet.
Stashed on the tablet. Pretty much right down the middle then, all the way. We'll get Lord Rain back in a couple of minutes. He knew that his song is next. And I think maybe either he had a drop there, you know, and a lot of times the guys on the mobile units, their batteries die on them. I don't see in the chat that he caught it or anything and knew something was going to happen. So anyways, we'll be back in a couple minutes after a word from this week's sponsors, Hangout Records and My Music Hangout, or MMH Rocks. And we sure appreciate everybody that's watching and listening, and everybody else involved too. This segment of Mid-10 Listens Live is brought to you by My Music Hangout, MMH Rocks, proud to bring live music to Google Plus, live streaming concerts by independent musicians, and by Hangout Records, hosting live open mic shows via Hangouts on air and connecting fans with the musicians of Google Plus. We are recording, cool, and we're back from another little break and having fun so far. Lord Rain's battery died on him, and we've gotten to the part of the show where he might have wanted his battery to die anyway. I know if I was having my song reviewed, I'd want the battery to die, especially with this panel. Good grief.
Yeah.
And
Precautionary measure.
I gotta thank Kelly Lee over at Artists United for making the introduction to Lord Rain. He's been a really cool fellow to get to know, and we've got one of his songs here. We have his latest, just put out, and it came out the day before the Grammys. The song's called "On My Kanye." Little bio says, "Trying to break out of a city," and I need to get to a page where I can read it. "Trying to break out of a city where there's a murder and a rapper on every corner can be difficult, but for one entertainer, Lord Rain, he's done the impossible. Hailing from the west side of Chicago, this ghost town veteran has been all over the U.S., bringing his unique flow and signature style to fans. Using his views, street tales, and unique experiences from his life give this grimy MC's music a passion all its own." I like words like grimy. And I think we've got the original. There's two versions of this one. I've heard the first verse of the clean version. We've got the original version to listen to today. And if you guys have got On My Kanye by Lord Rain ready to go, page 3 of our Mid 10 Listens episode 89 player, let's do that. He's got my attention.
Definitely.
I'm an ignorant motherfucker. From the city, motherfucker. It's the king, motherfucker. You already know. Yeah, bitch, I'm on my contact. Y'all see me, motherfucker. Y'all see me. So conceited, motherfucker. You can't beat me, motherfucker. No, you already know. Yeah, bitch, I'm on my contact. I'm conceited, motherfucker. My music gon' bloom with the trees in the summer. I roll with the goons with the weed in the lumber. Catch me riding around in a bulletproof Hummer. Watch my niggas do numbers. Westside nigga getting money ain't nothing. Them ghost boys know I'm a Monroe gunner. We eating Mac offers. Fuck Benny Hunters. Now I gotta get my swag juice. Loud pack wire Emmy on the rocks boo. Rest in peace, little cuz looking like an A-Rap. Got the whole Cicero missing you. Screaming lion or a real individual. Motherfucker, so I gotta give them visual. Take a picture for these fuck boys, this for you. Bumper Slim shady bitch, I'm a criminal. I'm an ignorant motherfucker. From the city, motherfucker. It's the king, motherfucker. You already know. Yeah, bitch, I'm on my contact. Y'all see me, motherfucker. Y'all see me. So conceited, motherfucker. You can't beat me, motherfucker. No, you already know. Yeah, bitch, I'm on my contact. No subliminal, you know who I'm talking to. Pay attention to these walls that I'm walking through. So cocky, put my balls up on YouTube. Keep walking, I would kill one of you.
Wow, really? Only a minute and 39 seconds?
Well, man, the dude got the point across right away.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
All right, so let's see. I don't do this very often. Where's that share button?
Yeah, no kidding.
Let's tweet that sucker. That's what I got to say about it. How often you guys see me tweet hard-hitting hip-hop? That's everything the other track wasn't to me. There was, I mean, I hate to say it, and I mean, okay, so every line ended in motherfucker, but it worked in this one, and I didn't hear him putting down women and skin colors with. I just don't like anybody doing that in music. It's not me. So, man, dude. Day before Grammys released that, and then Kanye should have heard that before the Grammys.
Absolutely.
I'll jam that at the red light, and I'll put it on repeat. And it reminds me of a good friend of mine who raps here in Nashville. I'd like to see these two guys on stage together. That was good, hard hitting, great little 8-bit sounds in there. Cool reverbs on the bells. Nice synth work with the beat. The kick drum was just right, just right for a headphone mix. And generally, if it's just right for a headphone mix, it's just right. That's and tight. I want to listen to some more Lord Rain. I like that. I'm going to jam it at the freaking red light of all darn things. There, I said it about a hip hop song.
I got to agree with you, Brett. I'm sorry. It's coming out of Chicago. I mean, I live kind of close to Chicago, and I've been there several times. Yeah, on the west side over there, it's a rough side town. And he was telling it just like it was. He was telling exactly what his life was about. And dude, the mix was solid. I liked where his vocals sat. He was on time. The backing was on time. I don't find anything wrong with it. And I'd do it. I'd jam it at a red light.
So I go next. I like the delivery where I like his confidence in his flow. That stood out to me. He has a more distinguishable voice to me than the last song. his voice kind of reminds me of Scarface. I think the vocal sounded a little thin on the hook. It was good. Where he said in the verse was fine to me. I think the hook had a little too much low end rolled off of it to me for the hook. But overall, I think his confidence on his delivery really helps drive that track home.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. He could have given us just a little more in the hook and really pounded it at us.
But I'm going to get caught dancing to it.
Even though you can't really dance to that song, I don't think.
You can nod your head to it though.
Yeah, you can.
And you could throw it up to a bunch of guys in a mosh pit and they'd like it too.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, it can definitely go in the club.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of speechless on this one. I don't know. I like Zara, how you said confidence, because you can definitely hear that from the first, downbeat of his voice. He controlled the song from the beginning to the end, and he didn't let up. Maybe that's why the song's only 1 minute and 39 seconds, because the power and velocity of it, and the dynamics of the lyrics were like, that's all you can handle. So yeah, it was an interesting song. 1 minute and 39 seconds though, that just seems a little short to me. I only know, a friend of mine writes short songs like that, and it's interesting. But where would I put it? I think I would say I would be caught dancing with it. Yeah.
I don't think that it's meant to be a minute. I don't know. I just have a hard time believing that.
Is it just like a piece of it or something?
A snippet. Yeah, I feel like it is. And I think sometimes I look ahead and see, but this one, I don't think none of us saw that coming when it started to fade out.
Yeah.
And then I looked at the waveform and was like, oh, that's it. I mean, most people make their songs too long. So
What happened?
I'm looking at the SoundCloud page for the song list, for his song list, and they're all rather short, which kind of reminds me of Eazy-E.
Yeah, it does.
Because I mean, he'd lay it out there, be done. I said what I had to say on this one. Let's move the heck on. That's why I wear my pants like that. Easy access, baby. And and he was finished. And on the other side of that, perhaps this is smart marketing on SoundCloud to get that 100% play on a song.
There you go.
But regardless whether it's a shortcut specifically for SoundCloud, short edit specifically for SoundCloud, or even if it's short on the album, I can go with some more of it. That's me.
Yeah, I will say definitely with it cutting off at 1 minute 29, I was still ready to hear more of it.
I was too. I really was too. I didn't want it to stop.
Hey, D.
Yes.
Yes. You rang.
I thought it was straight up hardcore Chicago hip hop. I like the guy's message. I mean, the beat and everything. I envision this song like on my or whatever, like a what are those things called? Like on
tablet, your tablet?
yeah, those things. Like an MP3 player, like training for
marathon, training for a marathon.
Yeah, this is kind of like it has the music to kind of get you going and like, I don't know, hit a punching bag or do something. I don't know. But I would jam it at the red light.
You need the longer version for training, though.
Yeah. Well, for the training for me, I can only do like 1 minute 43 right now. So, hey, that wasn't funny.
We weren't arguing with
you. Yeah,
Too soon.
Perfect song for Aaron, then, huh?
Too soon. Yeah.
Let me come back from the edit. And so let's take a break after that one. Man, that was slamming stuff from Lord Rain. Thank you very, very much, man. And come back and join us again on the show anytime. We'll be right back after these messages from our kind sponsors. This segment of Mid 10 Listens Live is brought to you by My Music Hangout, MMH Rocks. Proud to bring live music to Google Plus, live streaming concerts by independent musicians. And by Hangout Records, hosting live open mic shows via Hangouts on air and connecting fans with the musicians of Google Plus. And we're back with the fourth segment of our show for Mid 10 Listens Live number 91. And everybody's got our players up now for our fourth song of the evening. Sent over from Cyber PR, representing Beautiful Mess. I've got their song Holding On. And the blurb here says Beautiful Mess is a local contemporary Christian music band from Syracuse, New York. And scheduling shows through January and February. That sounds good. They bring a unique style to their performance by weaving a story throughout the musical set. Their focus on connected lives and community is evident in the shows and interaction with the crowd. We've got Holding On. If everybody's got it ready to go, let's hit that pretty SoundCloud orange play button.
Wanted to keep stuff on my list, seems so small and cheap. What sustains me, I didn't have to buy, but comes for free from my God on high. You see, I'm filled with hope, he'll never let me go, because he loved me first so many years ago. When that perfect storm left me out for dead, I heard his gentle voice inside of my head. He first reached out and he won't let go.
This is really quite nice.
He's lifting me up and he's holding me close, holding me close. Yes, he's holding on. Holding on. I've been fooled by things that look a lot like love, and I feared things I should not be afraid of. I believed in fancy lies that have taken me off course, and I found my way back by a great and loving force. I've been around a while, and I've seen quite a bit. I've seen the good, the bad, and the rest of it. Whether God's been there, well, there ain't no doubt. But I was just too blind to figure it all out. He first reached out and he won't let go, won't let go. He's lifting me up and he's holding me close, holding me close. Yes, he's holding on. He's holding on.
A lot of times with that kind of drum treatment, I think it's a little too washed into the background, but I'm really liking it in this mix.
He first reached out and he won't let go, won't let go. He's lifting me up and he's holding me close, holding me close. Yes, he's holding on, he's holding on. He's holding on. He's holding on.
Who wants to start on that one?
That was interesting. It was a great song. You know, I love the melody of it, and it's catchy. You can continue to sing it over and over again. You said something about the drums that you liked it, but it was a little distracting to me, especially with, I don't know if it was djembe or what. It was like right in the center, and it didn't seem to fit right. I would tweak the panned drums, just kind of threw me off a little bit, threw my equilibrium off maybe. But structure wise, it seems to fit nicely. The typical of the Christian music is it has to have that big chorus come in, da 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 da, and then big wide chorus, which is nice. And the ending was a little odd for me, though. It sounded like it was coming. It sounded like it was bridging, and I was waiting for it to build back into the chorus again.
I almost said, "There's your bridge you're looking for."
Yeah, and then it just faded out. So it was almost a little disappointing. But the quality was fantastic. I'd work on the mixing, just my own taste. I'd go back to the mix and start panning differently. But yeah, what would I do with that song? You definitely catch me swaying to it. I don't know if I'd dance to it. But I would listen to it. I wouldn't just stick it on my tablet. I would stick it on my tablet until it was fixed to my tasting, I guess. But I don't know if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I can follow you on it.
Yeah.
I'll jump. And I liked it. I liked the mix. It was rather typical of a lot of the Christian music we hear in Nashville. But it was really well done. I liked the in the beginning when I first started listening to the drum treatments and the panning and etc. I thought to myself, beautiful mess. It is a beautiful mess. So I mean, I took it very literally. The drum treatment on that matched the name of the group for me. Man, here just south of Nashville, I hear a whole lot of music like this, and a lot of it to me just sounds the same, and I burn out on it real fast. This one seemed to stand out somehow. Really enjoyed it. I could hear the stations around here would really, they'd jam it. They'd jam it all over the stations until we were burned out on it. But golly, I've got friends that I need to turn on to this song because it's a good song. It's well written, especially for what it is. And I know a lot of people, any kind of spiritual music, they don't want to hear it. For myself, any kind of spiritual music, I want to hear it. It can be Indian spiritual music or African spiritual music or Christian spiritual music. I want to hear it. I like music that talks to me about spirit. And if it's good, it's good. So I think I'm going to give that one a caught dancing rating. I'm not sure if it's a red light jammer. It'd be a really good Saturday afternoon mountain road jammer. Couldn't do it in a Corvette. I'd have to do it in a car that had windows so I could just crack them. Maybe it's one of those days when the air is just cool enough you crack the windows and the sunlight heats the car, but the air cools it, and I'd have it cranked up and the lights flickering through the leaves of the trees and whatnot. So yeah, that's a good caught dancing track for me.
What a poetic analogy at the end there.
Every now and then. What about it, Sar? You're down here in Nashville hearing this stuff all the time, actually mixing some of it too. So
yeah. I think for the genre, what it was spot on. I felt like the intro and maybe the first part of that, the first verse, I felt was a little behind the beat. And that the intro without the beat may have felt like that because it was without a beat, but I was trying to snap my fingers and pick up the tempo, and I couldn't pick it up, but maybe it's not meant to be. I mean, with me doing a lot of hip hop, I like to follow a groove and follow the drum pattern. And I just couldn't pick up the tempo there at the beginning, and I still feel like it's a little behind the beat with the first verse. But overall, I say it fits the genre. I like the song. The almost like Congo type drums going on kind of made me think of Lion King. But
I caught that too.
again, also it also fits the genre, but it's really that part of it kind of felt different to me. But I think it's a nice addition. Overall, I like the song. I'd say I would stash it on the tablet. The vocals, I feel they got right. I like the way the vocals and the balance of everything set on it. But overall, I'd say I'd go a stash on the tablet.
Stashing on the tablets, dancing, and good stuff like that. Brian, I know you don't have any experience in the area here.
Not at all. Not at all. This is the genre I deal in every day, 7 days a week. And I like the track, but I got to go with James. I would have to go back and remix it. The drums are just too far out. They're just all over the place for me. I couldn't do that arrangement live at all.
No.
No, it just wouldn't work. Not for my taste. I mean, I've got to agree with 100% with James. I like the song. I like the balance of the mix. Like Sar said, I could see the implications coming into the Lion King. And I couldn't do that live. The drums would have to be totally repanned for me. That's just a personal thing. I don't see anything wrong with the track. The balance is perfect, but I just don't like where the drums are sitting on it. Other than that, it fits into the genre, and it tells a message just like it's supposed to. And it's got a very good message. Lyrically, it's very strong as far as what it's trying to convey. I like the song, but for me personally, I'm going to have to put it on the tablet. I'm stashing that on the tablet until I would go back and refix it. Live, if I mixed it live, I think it would come out a lot different, of course, but.
Well, I was hoping that maybe we'd bounce the ratings around a little more. I want to go, before we go to Memphis, I want to give Danny up in New York and bring her in here. And maybe she's got the feel of how the ratings go. Let's hear what she thinks of it.
I thought it was really beautiful. I feel like it's a song that I could put myself to sleep to listening to, but in a good way. It's really calming. It's almost meditative.
I was going to say the same thing, calming and meditative. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I like that vibe. I think that's awesome. Because I'm a singer, I kind of listen to the vocals more than anything. So I didn't really pick up as much about the drums. But I could see from a production perspective, how that would be something you'd pick up right away and pay attention to more. But for the vocal quality, I thought the vocals sounded awesome. And all the other instruments sounded good too. So I guess rating would be got Cat Dancing 4 because I was dancing to it, so that would make sense.
That makes sense.
Dancing.
Dancing, I agree, man. Those they were great sounding vocals and a lot of fun. And Aaron Young, what do you think about it? I'll fix it for you. No, I can't fix it for you.
No, he's not muted. He's
Thinking.
or it's on his headset muted or something.
Yeah.
Am I back?
There you go.
Aaron Young's back all the way from Memphis.
Sorry about that.
It happens.
I don't know what happened. Anyway, the track, very spiritual, uplifting. I didn't really realize the message until I kind of went back and read what it was about, and it's just I thought it was a good track. I think they would be good here live. I'd probably be caught dancing to it. I mean, I was bobbing my head and feeling it, so I would probably get caught dancing to it. And again, that's really the message, is not really kind of the music I'm aiming to listen to, but still, it's good indie tunes for sure.
Hey, well, there we have it. Okay, good stuff, I guess. Good
Yeah.
music. You say good things about good music all around. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of dancing going on with that one. Very cool. And again, that's Beautiful Mess, and Holding On is the name of the song. You find them on SoundCloud, or I'm sure they would appreciate it if you drop by beautifulmessmusic.com, and you'll be able to find it over there and pick up a copy too. Yeah, I know all the musicians need every little. They need to move every copy they can. So grab you one of those. That's a good one. We'll be right back after one final word from My Music Hangout, MMH Rocks, and Hangout Records. This segment of Mid-10 Listens Live is brought to you by My Music Hangout, MMH Rocks, proud to bring live music to Google Plus live streaming concerts by independent musicians, and by Hangout Records, hosting live open mic shows via Hangouts on air and connecting fans with the musicians of Google Plus. And we're back, our last segment of the night. And we were talking behind the scenes that once again, we've had one of those weeks so far in which we haven't had anything to really complain about. And that's kind of pissing us off. We haven't been able to make any jokes or pick on anybody. And man, so somebody's got to send us a song that sucks next week. We'd really appreciate that, because we like to make jokes and have fun. And not just actually, that's my joke for the night. And we've had a blast so far tonight. We have the new Southern Electric sent over by Blue Soap Music, and they've been on Mid-10 Listens before, and some of our guys really enjoyed the track the last time they were on. Really good to have another track from them. Looking forward to it. They recently signed to Louder Than Words Records. They've released a video to accompany the new single, Brown Eyes, a track described by Gig Soup as boasting one of the most beautiful melodies ever written. Inspired by girl groups of the 60s, Brown Eyes tells the tale of lost love from the perspective of the band's songwriter and keys player, Ricky Turner. And after Brian's rant about the 60s music last week, bye, just hang up, go away, Brian. We don't even want to hear it this week. I got to pick on somebody. I feel so much better now. Awesome.
It's the 60s. It was a British invasion.
Awesome. If you guys have got Brown Eyes by the new Southern Electric reloaded and ready to go, let's all hit play together and see what this does. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
Have a Linda Ronstadt sound on the vocal.
I was about to say that right now.
Aaron, I
Damn
love
you.
this song. Man.
So Linda Ronstadt sings Roy Orbison
Exactly. Yeah.
with big fuzziness
I'm
and
liking
cool, weird panning. Strong. Is that Olivia Newton-John telling me a story there?
Yeah.
Xanadu?
Wow.
Interesting.
I could hear a combination of several of the early 60s girls groups.
Carole King and
Carole King.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. But that's more into the late 60s, early 70s.
Well, but yeah, I guess.
I heard like Shangri-La's Leader of the Pack, you know, with the simple drum beats and everything else. The Shirelles, as far as the vocal structuring. I liked it. I liked the early 60s stuff. I think it's a great track. I'd jam that at the red light just for fun.
I was a little bit indifferent with the track. Again, it was a great indie submission. You know, I'm not going to give it a low rating at all. I'm going to stash it on the tablet and listen to it later. In fact, I think all the music this week has been pretty solid. So another great show, Brett, for sure.
I guess let me go ahead and get mine out. I hate to say it, but I didn't like it. I love the the vocal to me saved it, but the imbalance of it just really distracted me away from the vocal, where I was hearing guitar. I even messed with my headphone. I thought maybe my headphones was shorting a little bit because I'm hearing guitars in the left and I'm hearing like the tambourine on the right, and it just wasn't enough balance there for me. At least balance wise, where I mean, typically when I'm mixing and I have something on the left, I put something on the right, equal volume wise to balance that out, and the balance wasn't there for me. But the vocal, I love the vocal. I love the vocal effects where the delay was bouncing from left to right, the ping pong. That was really cool. But just overall, I just felt like nothing else was in the right besides that that tambourine or that shaker, and it was just really distracting me away from the vocal. I think the vocal could have been a little more in your face as well. But I guess, man, I'm gonna definitely have to re-listen to this one on my monitors.
I was about to say something similar to that, Czar. I hear where you're coming from on all of that, but I constantly kept saying, these guitar treatments on the heavily affected guitar on the right, and the way it's panning back from right to center and back, that was really cool. And the ping pong was really nice. I kind of liked sticking the rhythm guitar over on the left, but it felt like it was here instead of over here or here. And I would have liked to maybe, I know a lot of the British bands are doing a lot more with the left, center, right kind of mixing. And I felt like this almost was trying to depart from that and let's put some tricks back in it without crossing too much. I would have liked to hear the whole instrumental bed in a mono mix.
Yeah,
holding this thing together. And
I tried to do that. I tried to hit my mono button while it was playing, but I guess it doesn't work for my headphones. Just my monitor. It's on my monitor controller. But I'm gonna definitely have to listen to this on the monitors, because I don't even feel like the vocal was in dead center, and it may be just because of the panning of everything else gave me the illusion that the vocal wasn't in the middle.
Well, listening on the monitors is not a rating, and that fits in the scale.
I'm gonna have to say on Chick Flick Night.
Chick Flick Night. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, if she wanted to listen to it, I wouldn't turn her down. That's kind of where I'm at. I really enjoyed this track for a lot of the qualities that are in it, and that's my only real complaint about it is I would have liked to have heard the whole mix in mono, backing up everything else that was going on.
Now, I will say this, the vocal was so good to me that I definitely want to hear more from the artist. Like I really want to hear more from them, because I love the tone and everything about the vocal there, but it was just the other elements was just too distracting in my opinion.
Well, you've got the SoundCloud player right in front of you, and you can tell by the link that it's a long one to read. But you can definitely get over there. It's Blue Soap Music, Brown Eyes, the New Southern Electric. Long one to read. I had fun with this, and to beat all with the imperfections, just like the hip hop track that we had earlier, that I would jam at the red light one day and turn off as soon as I heard it the next day. I'm going to jam this one at the red light, and at worst, it's going to slide down to chick flick night. If they send it back over to me with a slight remix, I might jam it at the red light every time I've got it on. But I had fun with it, and but I'm the weird effect on the guitar guy, and all you guys know that. I love that stuff, and if it's done well, it's done well. That was done pretty well. And I love the vocal. I love this. I love the story of the song. I love the way the vocal was treated. I love the chord structure. Definitely going back to that 60s thing. I really did feel like Linda Ronstadt and Roy Orbison doing a song together on that one. So I want to say I'm jamming it at the red light, but there's that instance where it's going to be chick flick night because of the mix. And so I want to get caught dancing to it. That's where I'm going to average out on it. You get caught dancing.
I thought the intro was unique, or not unique, I guess, but I like the intro. I like that, leading intro. And yeah, you're right. The vocals lead the song. If you can just attach to the vocals and let that, guide you and lead you through the song, then that's the entire song to me. I was a little lost in the mix too. You did have that driving bass pedaling through, those lazy drums, but yeah, I don't know. And the end of the song was a little different too. I'm not into those types of endings though, where it's just kind of, throw lots of reverb on it and wash it out at the end. I like solid endings, but overall, I think it was an entertaining song. But like Zara says, if it wasn't for the amazing quality of the vocals, and which I think could have been up front more too, just because that's really what was driving the song. Yeah, where would I put it? I want, it's a song that I want to like. I really want to like it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I want, and so it's challenging. I don't even know really where to put it. Right now, I would say I would stash it on my pad and come back and listen to it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that.
Well, stash it on the tablet then.
Yeah, stash it on the tablet. Yeah, but I would definitely come back and listen to it, and maybe if I listened to it again, it would. It would evolve, and I would get cuddly cozy with it.
I could hear that. My lights are flickering. I'm wondering if my router is going to drop yet. It may have. Am I still with you?
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, I already went.
I thought so.
Yep, we're all good.
Everybody's weighed in. I think we've had fun this week with some great music. Good stuff. I'm, really good insights, guys, on the New Southern Electric track. Personally, I'm going to dig it, and I'm with Czar. Probably about the time that we finish up. Well, I've got to wait till morning when they already canceled school for Ice-Ageddon or whatever it is, or thunder snow, or they gave it some kind of name. I don't know. I quit paying attention to storm names. It's But wow, it's been rough around here. I gotta wait till morning when folks are moving before I can really crank up the monitors. But I want to crank this one up on the monitors. I think it was mixed on good monitors in a good room, and there's probably some spatial stuff that we're not catching. We're catching separation in the headphone that's not as nearly as noticeable in the monitors. So I want to do that. 5 fun tunes, and very special thanks to Lord Rain for joining us tonight. That's really cool when one of the artists involved joins us. I really enjoy that a lot. And special thanks also to Danny Felt. Be sure to check out her site, creativespotlights.com, particularly you musicians out there. You can really learn a lot from the folks that she's got with her. It's been a pleasure to get to know her over the last few years. They're a really strong team up there. And we'll have her back on again soon. She had to leave a little early because I know she stayed up late just to be able to join us for a little while. And we appreciate that a lot. Good music all around. And as soon as I can get over to the page that lists them all in such a way that I can remember them, you would think as many times as I typed them, I'd remember all the names. But you know how it is. This week we had Ships Have Sailed, Lord Rain, Maas, New Southern Electric, and Beautiful Mess. It was a beautiful mess of a night with some great music all around. Some
Yes, it was.
it's pop and spiritual and hardcore hip hop and 60s neo psychedelia. Wow, fun stuff. This keeps getting more fun all the time. And again, somebody send me a song that I can complain about so I'll feel more balanced. You got to have that yin and yang, and I'm missing one or the other. But this is great. This has been Tenn Listens episode 91. Tonight we had Brian the Duckman Dotson, Sar from Nashville, James Almost from California, Acoustic Energy Nightly on Second Life, Hangout Records representative, and our show sponsor, Aaron Young. And again, a hello to Christine DeGraff and all the fine folks over at MMH Rocks. They're having a special open mic on a Wednesday night via Google Hangouts on air. If you're a Google fan or a YouTube fan, music fan, you want to check that out. And again, I've been talking with several, we spoke with one of the musicians that we had last week. Classic has been in touch with us all week long. It's been a blast to get to know him over on Google Plus, and I've advised him to check that kind of stuff out because there's you can meet a really neat group of active music listeners and lovers over there. I think everybody on this panel here would agree with that. I know I have a blast with it. So thanks again to everybody for joining us, and we'll see you again next week somewhere around the same time-ish. And big shout to videscape.com for hosting the videos. Peace out.
Awesome.